Hi, it's Michael Perry for Primrose, and today I'd like to invite you to my hanging basket masterclass. So I've chosen a range of different plants that are not your typical summer basket plants. So we've actually got a few perennials in here which will come back and look good every year. So the only annual we've got in this mixture is the petunia. So at the end of the season, you could just replace the petunia, so you make it really easy for yourself, and at the same time you have this lovely metallic display that we're going to make here today. Now, in terms of baskets, I like to use a basket that is more than 14 inches in diameter. Many people use very small baskets. They dry out very quickly. Make life easier for yourself by using that bigger basket. More compost means more volume, which means that it holds on to the moisture for a lot longer as well. So let's make life easy for ourselves by using a little stand to put our hanging basket into. And then before we fill with compost, we're actually going to make some holes around the side, because that is how you get those big spherical hanging basket displays that you see outside pubs, cafes. That's because they use a big basket, but they also plant all around the sides as well. So we've got a cocoa fiber liner here. You can also use moss, or you could use an easy fill basket, which is plastic with different little kind of compartments as well. But today we've got that coir liner. So I'm actually going to make some holes in this so that I can plant through there. So what I'm actually going to do is mark those up with a Sharpie first of all, and then cut into those with secateurs. So how many petunias have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've also got some hydrocotyle, which I'll put around the side, and some grasses. So I'm probably going to make about 12 holes around the side in 2 different layers. So lower ones and higher ones. So I think we'll go about here for our first one. Here. So I've got all the holes marked up. You can see the crosses here. And now I'm going to use my secateurs to make some holes in that cocoa liner. So here we go. Okay, so basically just like that, and then upwards as well, just to create a crisscross, which means that we can fit in almost any size of plant as well. So continue like that all around your liner. Right, all done. I've got all of my holes in there. I've got 2 rings of them, so 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. So then we're going to get that gorgeous trail on our baskets. So we now need to fill this with compost. Got this good quality peat-free compost, which is going to hold on to all of that moisture, and loads of nutrients built in, good texture for the root system to grow as well. I'm actually going to fill that to the first level so I can easily poke through my first little batch of plants down there. But as I go, I'm going to mix in some root grow, which is a mycorrhizal fungi, which will give the plants the very best start, because it helps them to access a lot of the nutrients that are already in the soil as well. So I'm going to mix that in liberally. Okay, we need to find our lower holes. They can be a bit camouflaged, so look carefully. So here we go, and we're going to use this Carex grass. Now that's in a slightly smaller plug, so that will be easy to just push through and plant up, and then the coir will hold everything neatly in place. Okay, this is a little bit different for a hanging basket. Hydrocotyle. This is actually a bit of a pond plant, but we're going to bring that out of the container and actually make those plants a bit smaller. You can easily split those into 2 and almost make those into tiny little plugs that we can then slide through the side. That is going to look great when it fills out with that Carex grass as well. And I've got my petunias to push through on the upper layer. Just try to make that root ball a little bit smaller so it's easily going to slip through that hole. And I've had to make my coir hole a bit larger as well. So I'm just going to make sure I can squish that through. Or your other option is to go from the other direction and feed the foliage through first. So there we go. Got that in nice and tight. Using a liner can be tricky work, but it's well worth the effort because the end result looks incredibly natural as well. Right, so now we're all planted up around the side. We've got our Carex grass, our hydrocotyle, our gorgeous metallic petunias as well. So it's well worth kind of making those holes in the side so we get that complete globe look. Now we're going to continue to put soil in the center of the basket and then plant it up with some heucheras and some ferns and a little bit of leftover hydrocotyle as well. So let's grab our heucheras. Now these are fantastic foliage plants. These are going to look good all year round. When you remove them from the pots, just tease the root system a little bit just to open that up so that they root into the soil around them. So let's get one into the center. It's always good to have a centerpiece in a basket, but I'm going to do better than that and have two centerpieces. Two gorgeous heucheras. Okay, next we've got some ferns. We've got this gorgeous lady fern. I'm going to put those in front of our heucheras here. And then remember that hydrocotyle that we divided up? I'm going to put the dividings just scattered around as filler in the same way you would use summer ivy or bacopa. So next you want to grab hold of your chain. You might need to take it off and put it on again because it might have got lost underneath in the bucket. But generally that is how our basket is looking. Time to take it outside. There we go, my super colourful metallic basket is now brightening up this dull corner of the garden with all of those gorgeous colours. It's going to look good through the summer, into autumn and even beyond.